you say we need to be retained to lead an
Y'all, this is going to be my live reaction to this video, to this
distrust
to
of
this
the Mississippi law enforcement officials
this
giving them a fair investigation.
my God, this
where
news
their black son ended up dead
breaking news press
after
conference.
going out on a boat with 3 young white men. The history of Mississippi.
Now I don't know if I'm
is
gonna be able to have this
something
up for
that
real,
they don't just
but I'm definitely gonna
read
give my
about in
real
books,
opinion
but it's a lived experience
because all this stuff is just
for many
happening.
Black Americans that oftentimes when our children are killed in highly questionable situations,
Man,
that there is this notion that, oh, it was nothing wrong, no foul play, let's just sweep it under the rug. Well, we refuse to sweep it under the rug.
I have a
We
question.
refuse to just
How
let
many real
Nolan
cases has
Wells
Ben Crump
Parents
won?
be in vain.
I meant like
We're going to
for
make
justice,
sure
not money.
that we get to the
I know he be
truth,
going after money,
the
but
whole
I mean like
truth,
justice too.
and nothing but the truth.
I'm trying to figure that
Because
out.
Nolan deserves it. You're going to hear his mother and father talk about what a wonderful young man he was. I mean, doing everything right. Reverend Al, he was not only a college student, he was a great athlete. He was a model big brother for his brothers and little brothers and sisters. And he was a great son who was on the cusp.
And that's every reason for the pink punks to be upset and mad.
Christine and Elmore did everything to prepare him for this moment.
I'm not
He
holding
was
nothing
so
back, y'all.
close.
I'm gonna just tell
He
y'all
was
that right now.
there.
That's why I
You
can't
know,
be
his
on
father
YouTube. I
talked
can't be on
about him
Facebook with a real
having
opinion. I can't
good
because
football season last year,
men and
but
folk will be
this
looking for
season
me.
he was really
I already know.
ready
I'm telling you
to
that.
go to the next level, to go to Division
That's why they
I.
killed him.
I mean,
They killed
the
him because of that.
highlights that you're seeing
They
on
unalived
social
him because of
media
that.
of his athletic prowess. I mean, it is all relevant.
And he was recording
because
them.
when you start
He was
talking
recording them.
about
That's why they snatched.
a
That's why they
brother,
snatched the
I mean,
phone
this is a
because he
kid
was
who will
recording
swing.
them
This is a
doing what they
kid
weren't supposed to
who
do,
was
and he
in
wasn't on
tip-top
that type of
shape.
time
He was
at
a
all.
superior athlete.
Yeah,
And
y'all
so,
gonna hear about it.
I'm going to get to that in a moment. These
Y'all gonna
grand
hear about it.
contradictions,
He
but
was
to
a
try to say,
superior
oh,
athlete.
we're suggesting
Yeah,
he was just an
it was
athlete
already
violent.
for
You
real.
go ahead and move
Jealous
on.
of the little boy.
Well, they are not accepting it. They are not accepting it. They want to know that
They was righteously jealous of that little boy. They really was. Like, for real, for real. Like, they was really jealous of him. And they didn't, they ain't said nothing, they ain't say nothing, but they was jealous of him. Plus, he was recording stuff that they was doing. And he did not want to do any drugs, any alcohol, no nothing. The boy was an athlete. He took it seriously. His dad had a conversation with him to tell him, like, listen, ain't no plan no more. We trying to get you to where we need to get you to. And they knew he was going to make it. He was on his way to a D1 college, y'all. Man, listen. Man.
you have not taken the path of least resistance, that you have done a full,
And they did
complete,
everything strategically now. I'm telling you that now.
impartial
Nah, 4th of July. Okay.
Because
The 250th year of
it cannot be
the
lost
status
on
of this country.
anybody, but especially
Okay.
us in the black community.
Okay.
If the roles were reversed and you had 3 young black men
They probably gonna get a little nice ass
on
shit.
a boat
But
with a
justice,
young
they
white
not gonna
man,
get no justice for him.
and that young white
I don't.
man
I will be
ended
very
up
surprised
dead,
if they get justice.
what kind of investigation?
Let me pause. I will be very, 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 very surprised if they got justice for this baby. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will be very surprised if they got justice for this child. Now, what I do believe, they will get a settlement. They're gonna get a settlement because them folk gonna settle out so they can shut up and not do nothing. That's what they're gonna do. Now, I done seen this already, but I'm just giving my reaction because I want people to know my reaction. And I really don't. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not. giving it to you because I care. I'm giving it to you because I do care. I don't care about what nobody think about my reaction. Let me say that. I care about that baby. I care about how he left this world. I'm quite sure he felt extremely betrayed right before because he thought those people was his friends. And he knew at the moment of them taking that phone that was the worst decision that he ever made in his life. And that's real talk. That's talk. That's real talk, though.
Would be being conducted by the Mississippi law enforcement officials. How many times would those 3 young black men be interrogated? So all we're asking is the same consideration you would have given if the roles were reversed. Give that consideration to this family as well.
Y'all, I know I keep stopping y'all, I know. But why do we always sound like we begging every time we get on the TV? I'm going to tell you right now, something happened to mine, either way I'm going to lay. It don't matter. However it go, either way, I'm going to lay.
That is our fight. The glaring contradictions
I
just jump out.
don't care.
The fact that he is there with his friends, and you look at all the videos, it seems to be he's the only black on the island, or maybe
Tell you right now, don't
but
put yourself in
not
them type
many.
of situations because somebody's
And
going to go.
Jared, you have where a young woman he was talking to says that, well, Nolan said he was going back
That was
to
lying about
get
that too.
on the boat with the boys. The boys say that Nolan told them he was going to stay and talk to the young woman. It's a contradiction. They're not saying the same thing. One of them,
I'm laughing because Al Sharpton really looked like he was permanently scared. Literally. Like, that is the reaction on his face. I want y'all to see this man's face. Keep looking at Al Sharpton's face because he looked like he was permanently scared. And he ain't gonna never get that look off his face. And to be honest with you, Ben Crump looked like he terrified. And he also looked like he reading. I'm just saying.
is telling the truth. One of them is not. We have to get to the bottom of that. It's important. And then the fact, Reverend Al, that they have this video of an argument that is going on. and you know, thank God, all young people, they have...
Hey, Al look a mess.
People raising their voice, they start the video.
I ain't gonna be able to be there. I ain't gonna be able to do no YouTube because I ain't got no
Give me
sense.
my freaking phone.
Yeah, he said
What
that.
are you freaking doing?
Yeah, he said that.
And that becomes even more relevant when you think of...
Listen, he said that. What are you freaking doing? Give me my freaking phone. Check me out. When they took his phone, he knew then that was the worst mistake that he ever made. But he did not know that was going to be the end. He didn't know that. He had no clue. He didn't know. At that point, he didn't know. That was a fatal mistake. And they snatched it because he was recording them doing things they had no business doing. And he was not going to partake in it. So it made them look bad and make him look superior or more pure or more elevated than them. I'm quite sure they had the attitude, well, why you come out here then anyway? Why you come out here? If you wasn't going to chill and hang out with us and do this and do that. We don't know if he did it in the past, but it ain't sure one trying to do it then. You're going to see his father is going to tell you the conversation that him and his son had. And this is why he was not doing it. That's the reason why he took the mind to say, I'm not doing this. Because he remembered the conversation. Nolan remembered the conversation him and his father had.
The story that they are presenting that Nolan chose to stay behind. That's what they're saying. But his phone, he wouldn't take that with him if he's going to stay behind on an island. I mean, we're talking about an 18-year-old kid.
They're not going to leave no phone.
Teenager would leave their phone behind if they're going to stay on this island? What teenager wouldn't take their phone? And so it's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. The fact, as Reverend Al said, you know, they didn't take his phone with them. His mother, when she finds out that her baby is missing.
Yeah, they're trying to spin the narrative saying that the boys brought the mother the phone. That's a lie. They did not bring that woman the phone. They had to go get the boy phone. They had his phone and his keys. They had his phone and his keys. He couldn't even jump off the boat if he wanted to and then go swim to a boat that probably would have took him back or none of that. They had his phone. He wasn't going to leave without his phone. Y'all know how kids is. My kids will lose it if they don't have a phone. I'll lose it if I don't have a phone. Because we all are so used to being able to be connected to something. And that's just truth. That's real. Folk that say that they can't, I ain't gonna say they lying, but they special. Real talk.
They start trying to track the phone. The GPS the phone, they've used Life 360 and they
My bad, I'm eating, y'all.
Well, the phone is on land. The phone is on land, but you're saying he went missing on the island. And so it's not adding up. And so they go get the phone. And you hear her tell herself, when her and her sister start going through his phone, Jared, they realize that they're deleted messages, so they're trying to figure out, well, why are there deleted messages on his phone? I mean, it becomes relevant when you start putting everything together, where we can't just say, oh, there's no instance of foul play.
And they immediately said that.
One way or the other. The fact that, and this really makes no sense to me, Reverend Al. This notion that, where he drowned, y'all have, I'm sure, seen all the videos out there. I mean, if he's drowning, nobody sees him drown. Nobody offers assistance. Nobody tries to help him.
Nah. This is my thought on that. I know he didn't drown. He didn't drown. We all know he didn't drown. He did not drown. He was unalived, right? He went with them. Because they had his phone. They pulled off on the boat. He went with them. They unalived him. A couple more videos they had where they were seen cleaning the boat. They took off with him and came back and was seen partying. They couldn't leave the scene. They couldn't leave completely. They had to come back. But they came up with a story that he left with a girl. He was seen earlier that day with the girl, so-called. And the girl said that he went back to the boys, which he did. But they drove off in the boat with that boy because they had his phone. He wasn't going to leave his phone. Yeah. I'll give y'all some more of my perspective.
Honestly, he stands out. I think the only black person I saw when I'm looking at the videos, and if you see him drowning, you mean nobody is going to try to help him? It's not adding up.
No, the Pink Punk's going to let him drown. Straight up. They're going to let him drown. What you think? They're not going to say that, boy. No. But he didn't drown. in front of nobody. He didn't. He didn't. That's why nobody even tried or thought about helping. If it was 200 or something people and he wasn't the only black out there, I don't think he was the only black person out there. I don't think that. But he did not drown. He did not drown. He was put in the water afterwards. That's why the daddy ain't see his body. I'll explain the rest of that later on in a little bit in this video.
It is not adding up. And that's why the family, at their behest, we had an independent autopsy being performed. And we thank Colin Kaepernick for helping to pay for that independent autopsy. And we thank Tyler Perry for helping to pay for the funeral. Because as Reverend L said, these were just regular parents going about their life. They weren't expecting any of this. And then we're having to try to hire all these experts to be able to go and see if they can retrieve deleted messages. We have to have experts. You'll hear from Attorney Park talk about.
I don't know if he said it already. I think they did, but they're having a separate autopsy done in D.C. in the most corrupt state, not state in the United States. That's crazy. Why would you fly his body there? I'm so blown. I don't understand why. Why is he being flown to D.C.? Why would his body be flown to D.C.? I'm trying to figure it out. Why? Now check me out. Listen to me. And I want y'all to hear me well. I want y'all to hear me good. I want y'all to hear me. 2 autopsies. You're going to have one in the state of Mississippi. Then you have another one in the state of, not state of, D.C. Right? Because we all know that, right? The boy was a prime athlete. I want y'all to hear me. He was 18. A Division I, because he was going to a Division I school, a Division I wide receiver, athlete. And this young man's body is being flown to a state, not state, I'm going to keep saying it. And all of his good organs is in his body, if they was when he left the state of Mississippi. And you fly him there? I'm so confused. Why? Why not another state, real estate, so-called real estate? I'm confused. I don't understand.
You know, where the body was found when it was recovered and how long it took to be recovered. We think all of those are relevant issues to trying to understand.
So yeah, I wanted to speak to that too. I know y'all. I know I'm stopping. I know. This is my first time reacting to a video. And I'm going to do one on Carmelo too. I'm not going to lie. And I'm going to give people their props. But this is on Lemon Live. So this is Don Lemon's. This is on Don Lemon's channel. But big ups to Don Lemon. Big ups to Don Lemon. I'm not none of that. I'm just saying I'm not no big nothing. I'm not none of that. But I'm just giving my opinion to this. All right. I think that he was unalived on the island, brung out, and put in the water. Now, when you are in that type of situation and you're unalived and you already stopped breathing, your body has to have time to consume the water, right? It's going to go in some type of way. Regardless of if you inhale in the water or not, your body is going, that water is going to go in your body, right? It just is, right? So your body it's going to basically inflate. But before it does that, you're going to sink. You're not going to automatically come up. You're not going to automatically just be on top of water. That's not how that works. So that's why I took the time for him to surface. That's why I took that time. So that's why it was that way. That's my perspective. That's my opinion.
what really happened to Nolan Wells. And this independent autopsy is so very important because we had his body flown from Mississippi to Washington, D.C.
The most corrupt.
because
I mean,
his
it's
family
corrupt
wanted
everywhere.
to make sure that they had a doctor who had no.
Let me tell y'all something. The flip over king. Listen, check me out. The flip over king look like he already looked like he got liver damage. He really do. Like, for real, I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Like, I observe and I pay attention and I look. He already looked like he do. So, I'm just saying. The little boy, y'all blessed. Y'all blessed. Y'all blessed, yeah. But that young man, organs is not going to make it back. It's not in his body at all. They is being auctioned off, but probably already have been to the highest bidder because everything in his body was pristine. Everything in that young man's body was pristine. Y'all better hear me, bruh. Y'all better hear me. It's different ways to, man, listen. It's different ways to get a body around. Listen to me. And shout out to introvert rockstar. He said something that made me, I don't got it. I'm gonna have to try and see if I can find it. But I was watching one of his lives, and he had a live where they had found some hooded hoods and some manifestos and all that hidden in Mississippi. And the folks talking about some, they need to be on display so everybody can see them. Them folk everywhere. Them folk is everywhere. They everywhere. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just going to say this too. I'm telling you, I'm definitely not going to be popular, but I don't care. It don't make me nothing. I don't care. I'm going to just tell the truth. I really feel like, I'm going to tell y'all this. Everybody that get on TV that holler and scream and cry and snot running down their face and people that everybody, I'm telling you, man, the folk is mankind and it's human beings. You hear me? It's mankind and it's human beings. And folk ain't got no soul, bruh. I'm telling you, they don't. And Polar dude, I hate it. I hate that. Polar dude. I'm definitely getting on Carmelo. I'm definitely gonna do another one about Carmelo. And yeah, y'all just gonna have to see what my living room look like. Real talk. It is what it is. I don't care. But this right here, this crazy.
Ties to Mississippi law enforcement to do an independent examination of their son's body. And we are hopeful to get that results in the very near future. We were hoping we would have had it today. However, as you all know, here in New York, they canceled all the flights yesterday, and so it took a long time for his body to get to the medical examiner's office in Washington, D.C. But rest assured, as soon as we get those results.
So I'm confused. Check me out. Didn't they say the body was being flown from Mississippi to D.C.? What they got to do in New York? What they got to do with... So, it was a flight from New York to Mississippi. They had to pick him up. Mississippi ain't got no airport. So they had to take a flight from New York to Mississippi, pick his body up and take him to D.C. That's what happened. I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. I just want to know. Man, you folk crazy, bro.
Will make that.
And why he used the word verbiage? Hopefully. He said it 3 times. I'm going to rewind it. Just in case you want to hear that. Hold on. My bad. Okay. All right. So let me go back over to play.
Known to you because we believe transparency.
I want y'all to hear. He said hopefully 3
DC.
times.
But rest assured, as soon as we get those results, we will make them known to you because we believe transparency is very important.
No, I gotta rewind it some more. I want y'all to hear the hopefully 3 times.
It's so very important because we had his body flown from Mississippi to Washington,
What he said,
D.C.
that's what he said.
because his family wanted to make sure that they had a doctor who had no ties to Mississippi law enforcement to do an independent examination
Boy,
of
I
their
look
son's
horrible.
body. And we are hopeful to get that
Hopeful.
results
Hopeful.
in the very near future. We were hoping
One
we
more.
would have had it today. However, as you all know, here in New York, they canceled all the flights yesterday, and so it took a long time for his body to get to the medical examiner's office in Washington, D.C. But rest assured, as soon as
he
we
only
get
said
those
it twice.
results, we will make them known to you because we believe transparency.
So now listen. He said his body was flown from Mississippi to DC. Then he said, as y'all know, okay, so y'all had delayed flights in Mississippi too? Everybody was delayed yesterday? Day before yesterday? 2 days ago? Whenever this was. It had to be yesterday. Yeah. That was yesterday. Because this was done today. So yesterday.
It's very important. We want to lead by example. We want them to be transparent, and we want to be transparent. We know they conducted an autopsy. We are waiting on their results as well. The final thing.
Come on now. Y'all gotta pay attention. Folk gotta pay attention. They said, he said, we know they're doing an autopsy, and we are too. And we're waiting on their results. Their autopsy has already been done. They should already have the results. It should already be. And you saying that both of y'all being transparent, we trying to lead and being transparent. Them folk ain't being transparent, period, at all. Ain't nothing transparent. Yeah, they just transparent people. But they're not being transparent about what happened, period, at all. And for him to say that, to me, that's misleading. Because they already do their autopsy? Didn't that already happen? They already did theirs. They said we flown. I ain't gonna rewind it no more. But he said we have flown his body, and it took a long time for him to get to DC. It don't take that long to get from Mississippi to DC, bro. It don't. Unless those flights was delayed yesterday. I don't know, man.
I will say is this. If there are any people on that island, any young people who recorded videos,
They not gonna tell, yo.
things, who may have saw Nolan at any time on that island, please, please, please let us know. Please call.
Bruh look scared as hell.
.com.
I don't care what nobody say.
No, but just any information.
He looks scared.
They are desperate. We're in a ferocious pursuit for the truth.
You know how when I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. I'm just gonna keep on pausing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So if y'all don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. But you know how I don't know if y'all know, but I know I done got in trouble with my mama before, or not even. I done been trying to say stuff around my mama. I know she ain't gonna let fly, but I might be able to slide it through. That's how he looking right now. Like if I say this, hopefully I don't get in no trouble. I'm gonna try it. Let me see what they're gonna say. Let me see if they're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
And
That's how he looking too.
y'all, if it was your child, wouldn't you want everybody who knew something?
I look at everything. Body
let you all
language,
know?
face. I look at everything. I ain't even finna be on the parents.
This is a
I
hard
think his
one
daddy,
because
his
it's
daddy
so-
looked like he was that dude.
it's
And
so
he really want to do
tragic
something. He
on
really want
so
to
many
move something. His
levels.
mama, I don't know. She's strong. I don't know. It
It
ain't even about strength to me. Like, ain't no way. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not finna be on TV. Snot slanging, none of that. I'm not doing that.
My name is Lisa Park.
And this lady right
I'm
here,
the senior
she the-
attorney for the Ben Crump Law Office in Atlanta. It is our honor
She's
to work
saying
with the
some real
family
stuff.
to try to find answers in this case. I think that most of you at this point are aware of Ben Crump Law and many of the cases that we represent in this country. Some of these cases you don't know anything about until we get involved and we shed some light and we explain to the media what has happened, and you all let America know what has happened. Mm-hmm. Sometimes cases come and you all already know about it. This is one of those cases. Yeah. I saw this in the news before I got a call from Ben. This was already huge in social media, already out in general media. Why? Why? Because it doesn't take an attorney. It doesn't take a special investigator. It doesn't take someone with extreme training to know right off there's something wrong here. This is, as Ben has put it, not adding up. It is so obvious. There are so many people in this country that go missing, right? Everybody knows this. But this case has captured everybody's attention. Think about why. You know that something is not right. It doesn't take us. It doesn't take the Reverend Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, to tell you and then think, oh, now I know something's wrong. We know something is wrong. And for every single person that was in Horn Island.
So check me out. She say, you know already something is wrong, right? That's what she's saying. You know already something is wrong. She ain't telling you nothing prolific. We already know. Everybody know that it was something wrong. We know that. But she want to check to make sure. To tell you, oh yeah, something wrong. It's something wrong. We know something wrong, but ain't nothing gonna be done about it. We know that, but ain't nothing gonna be done about it. Period. I really don't have faith. I really don't. That something is going to be, that any justice is going to be given in this case. I really don't. On everything I love. I don't believe nothing gonna be done in this case. I don't. Nah, the Carmelo type situation, I kind of think something gonna happen with that. I don't know. I'm not for sure what's gonna happen, but we'll get into that when we get to that video, because we're definitely doing one on that.
And we know there's about 200 people. There's a lot of people. And we know that Horn Island is a popular place during the holidays. It's a popular place on the weekends. You have to get there by boat. It's the only way to get there. You have to leave by boat. It's the only way to leave. So many people out there. If you are watching this, if you see this, and you are struggling about what to say or what to do, you know what the right thing to do is. Call Ben Crump Law. There's this thing called the internet. It's very...
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I'm just gonna say this. Maybe it's just me. But if this is a passionate type situation, if this is just emotions and feelings and with anybody on this stage that's standing on that stage that's speaking, tell me why it's a tablet there and a notebook and a piece of paper, a notebook paper, a notebook pad, or that tablet is up there. Why is that there? What notes you took that you need to be sitting up there? You should already know the facts of the case if you're the attorney. The parents don't need no facts in the case. They already know the facts of the case. They don't have to read that. Why would they have to read if they're passionately speaking about their child? Any of the attorneys, Al Sharpton definitely, he shouldn't need that either. Why is that tablet and them notes up there? I know that you jot stuff down, right? I understand that. But I'm just saying now, if you're passionate about this, and this is the case that you're passionate about, there should be no notes, there should be no tablet, that's just me personally, because I speak passionately, period, all the time. I don't need nobody's notes. That's just me, y'all. I'm just saying.
Very easy to find that number. Call us. We have an entire call center. They're waiting to hear from you. If you didn't go to Horn Island, but you heard something, because people are talking. They're talking with each other. They may not be calling the police. They may not be calling us. But you heard something. We need to know that. We need to know that. In America today,
it's a symbolism in this video too, but I ain't gonna say that.
To believe that the last several decades we've made so much progress in our race relations, don't we? We want to believe that. Whether you're black or you're white or you're Asian, that's what we want to believe. We wanted to believe that this past 4th of July when we celebrated 250 years.
You
right?
see them come up and say nothing about that boy getting murdered.
That?
And that dude getting off. We ain't hear nothing about them one. We ain't hear about that. I'm just saying, boy, listen.
Got to be part of the
Man.
solution. You've got to be
Y'all must start doing these videos. Because this right here, y'all can get with this. It's crazy though. I know I keep pausing it. It's crazy that we still going through this. And this ain't the only case. It was a young man that was found from a it was a young woman from a come on, man. Nolan, come on, man. This ain't the baby. And come on, man. Man, come on, bro. Like this don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense, bro. And it's happening because of the flip over king. I'm telling you that right now. But folk really feel like, and they keep shifting on that. I want y'all to just pay attention. I know y'all ain't really, I hope it's some folk on here that pay attention to everything. I hope y'all see this. I hope y'all see this. I hope y'all see this. I know I'm not no big YouTuber. I know that. But I hope and pray somebody see this video because they shifting. I want y'all to pay attention. I really want y'all to pay attention.
Please call us. It is incredibly important. People out there, you have answers.
Yeah, I know it's 6 people on that stage, right?
Exactly what your information means.
In that screen.
If you saw something, say something, please.
Anything about time? Okay. We're taking a question and answer.
All right, we're going to hear from the parents, and then we'll have Q&A. And what I want is when we go to the media, identify yourself and your outlet.
Hold on.
You may not know exactly what your information means, but if you saw something, say something, please.
Anything about time? Okay. We're taking a question and answer.
All right, we're going to hear from the parents.
Yeah, I seen her take
and
that
then we'll
notepad
have
down.
Q&A.
But I ain't see her look at that paper, that notepad, not one time. Look at it, listen. I ain't gonna say nothing about, I ain't gonna do that. But I ain't see that lady look at that paper not one time. Not one time. I want y'all to know that. I hope y'all looked and paid attention.
And what I want is when we go to the media, identify yourself and your outlet so we know who is speaking. And let me say again that we're standing with this family till the very end, and make sure we're dealing with justice. Let's first hear from the mother, Christine Wansley.
First of all, I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. This is not how I wanted the world to meet my son, but here we are. So, as you know, I'm Christine Wells Wansley. I am Nolan Wells' mom. And Nolan is the kindest soul. He never met a stranger. He loved everybody. He didn't care if you were...
You're not scripting what I say about my child, bro. You're not doing that. You're not giving me no script. You're not telling me what to say. You're not doing none of that after I lost my... First of all, I'm telling you right now, I ain't no way I can stand up there like that. I couldn't do it. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't do it. Nothing in me would prepare me or have me mentally where I can literally stand up there like that. I never could do that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah. And I'm going to lay either way. Either way it go, I'm laying down. I don't know which way. Yeah. But...
Black, white, purple, green, looked like a marshmallow. Like, he just wanted everyone to be in peace with one another.
And I do believe that this was a ritualistic unaliving. Honestly, I do. I really believe it was extremely satanic. I believe that it was premeditated. I believe that he was picked. I believe he was chosen. I believe that months ago. Honestly, I do. I'm just going to say that.
Loved life, and God gave him this big heart, which always scared us. Me and his dad had conversations with...
Being why his body was flown to D.C.
all the time. Not just about the importance of understanding...
Hence the independent autopsy.
As Black people, but also the importance of how you...
In your face, Bo. In your face.
And it's not us being, feeding into racism or the stereotypes that comes with that. Unfortunately, that is just a matter of fact. There have been many cases, many instances that shows that it's unfortunately a pattern that he did not like. He did not like that there was so much division, and I think that's why God gave him us. He was really a peacemaker. He wanted, like I said, everyone to be included. He never wanted to leave anyone out. He just, even at a young age, I don't know, he was, how old was he?
18.
No, not 18. When he was a baby, he did little dance. So his father and I were having a moment, and as couples do, and even in that moment, he runs in the room with his diaper on, of course, and he starts dancing, because it was like he could...
Now mind y'all, this just happened 2 days ago. This just happened 2 days ago. The devastation alone of my child gone. Number 2, his future gone. Number 3, the way he left. Number 4, the uncertainty of how he left. All of those points would have not had me where I'm up there like that. I'm telling you that. I don't care. I don't care how people grieve. They grieve differently. I don't care. Bruh, ain't no way. As a parent, as a mother, as a father, I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. Ain't no way. I know people grieve different. I know. But ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. That's why I said I would never get up on no stage for nobody. Because ain't no way I'm going to make it.
The tension. He could feel that something wasn't right. So he was just a special kid. Like, he was a special kid, but again, just...
And I'm not criticizing the parents. I'm just paying attention. You feel me? I'm not criticizing them because everybody do grieve different. Real talk. And I can see the pain in his face and hers, kind of, sort of. Just saying. I'm just being real. It's crazy to me.
Heart was so big. And
Baby, that would have been told me off the stage.
and we're gonna miss him dearly. But we are grateful, especially to our friend Tashima, who actually was one of the people who helped us that night. She went and picked up his cell phone from where it was, and then provided that to us because we of course contacted authorities to figure out who to do the report with, whether it was the county or the city, which then turned into...
Baby, 2 weeks later, I still wouldn't have been all right. I can't get off of this. Like, I can't. I don't see what.
EMR, who I contacted immediately from there.
Completely inconsolable.
And, but... So our friend actually, when I called her, Nolan is best friends with...
Now, mind you, she ain't staying on script. So we ain't trying to make sure she stay on script. I'm just saying.
2 sons, Jalen and Javon. When I called her, I said, Tashima, have you seen Nolan? He's missing. No one has seen him. No one has talked to him. The boys were actually with her sons. But
y'all notice how Carmelo parents ain't had this right here? Like, I heard what Introvert Rockstar said earlier. He said that it was a dude that blocked them from having this type of press. Like, right? Like, he blocked them from, I don't know who it was, I forgot. They said he was a so-called activist or some mess like that, or whatever. I guess it was the dude that was leading them or whatever, and I guess he was telling them not to do this and not to do that and not to do this and not to do that. But, man, listen. Sometimes you should and sometimes you shouldn't. That's all I'm going to say.
Open up their Snapchat because a lot of the kids do have their locations where they're tracking one another. So one of the boys says, well, it's showing that I think...
And I have to keep pausing it because YouTube you gotta pause it. I do know that much.
My Life 360 location was showing something completely different. It was actually showing that his phone was like he was on land. And so we ended up, she received the phone from that parent, and then we met up where his car was, which was at a separate location. There were issues obtaining the key, but even so, there's just a lot of...
Tell them about what happened with the key.
So I'm gonna let my husband tell you about that because he actually went up to the door to get the key because at that point, I was just not in my right mind. This has just been an awful situation, just terrible.
An awful, terrible situation, y'all. An awful, terrible situation.
The situation with the key. When we got to the house, a few of his friends, they were already there. And they were at the door in the house, asking questions. So when I walked up, they were getting, things were getting kind of intense. So I turned to them and told them, I need you guys to calm down. I don't do this to me right now. I need them to kind of trust me so they can give me something. So I was able to calm them down. So the guy, he's in one of the pictures, but he came out of the room, half asleep or whatever,
that boy went to sleep. That boy was lying.
And I said, look, I'm Nolan's father. I'm here to get his keys so I can get his car. I said, he's like, his car was in the yard. His car's parked in the yard. So he was like, I don't know, man. Nolan's like my brother. I said, well, if Nolan was like your brother, would you please go in your room and see if you can find my son's keys so I can take his car home? He walks off, 2 or 3 minutes, come back. I can't find the keys. I said, okay. So at that point, I get the boys and I move them out the house because I didn't want them to go into the house and start tearing up these people's houses because then there would be a whole other situation. So walk outside by the car. One of the guys that was in the house with us,
I gotta rewind that real quick. Hold on.
I don't do this to me right now. I need them to kind of trust me so they can give me something. So I was able to calm them down. So
Oh yeah, outside the house or
the
not?
guy, he's in one of the pictures, but he came out of the room, half asleep or whatever.
So that mean that was in the house.
I think Jack's or whatever. And I said, look, I'm Nolan's father. I'm here to get his keys so I can get his car. I said, he's right. His car was in the yard. His car's parked in the yard. So he was like, I don't know, man. Nolan's like my brother. I said, well, if Nolan was like your brother, would you please go in your room and see if you can find my son's keys so I can take his car home? He walks off, 2 or 3 minutes, come back. I can't find the keys. I said, okay. So at that point, I get the boys and I move them out the house because I didn't want them to go into the house.
Oh yeah. See, he said he met them there, the boys, his friends, the best friends. Me and the best friends would have told that boy would have told that mug up. You hear me? Would have told that. I already know. I'm telling you right now. Me? Yeah, would have told up. But he told my son be calm. He was being calm and he didn't want them. And please don't do this to me. No, listen. That's why I'm telling you I'm built different. I'm telling y'all I'm built different by mine. I'm built different by mine. They came out of me. I'm built different by mine. And he said, did he not? He said he met them there. He met them at the house, right? The boys was already done. The best friends was already at the house. The daddy said he had got there. When he got there, the boys was there. The best friends was there. They hadn't got the key. That mean, now I want you to listen to what he gonna say, because I already know what he gonna say because I've seen this already. So, listen to what he's saying.
Tearing up these people's houses because then there would be a whole new situation. So walk outside by the car. One of the guys that was in the house with us, he was on.
Meaning they had went inside the house now. They been in the house now. And the boy that's supposed to be like a brother was the best friend, the white boy. The YT boy, I'm sorry, my bad. The YT boy, he said, oh, I don't know where the keys at. I don't know where they at. I have no idea. I don't know where they at. So the daddy like, all right, we're going to go outside. We're going to go out the door because I'm finna get these boys. Ain't no way. But anyways, better than me. They way better than me. I'm going to tell you right now. The folks would have been at the house. Lights would have been blaring, all that. I ain't going to lie to you because it would have been some rumbling up in there. Furniture moving, windows shaking, house moving, all type of stuff about my son. And the key. You got the key? So he must have, maybe he didn't go. Maybe the young man didn't go. Maybe he didn't go. I don't know.
On with a girl, and the girl told him that Nolan's keys were on top of this Jack's guy's Xbox in the house because apparently she was there with him earlier. So he goes back up to the door by himself, and 5 minutes later, the keys come out. So now I feel like you done lied to me. So now I'm really like in distrust with you. But as far as the night goes, if I knew anyone who had a boat, I would have went out that night looking for my son. We tried, but I just
so they didn't go out that night.
have friends with boats.
Which explains what I said.
I would have went out that night. And
so listen, let me tell y'all. So I'm finna give it to you. I wish I could flip this camera around. I'm finna give it to you. So listen, nobody went out that night. Nobody went out. But it was boats still out there. Listen to me. There was boats docked on the island even when he went. But that night, they didn't go out with a boat. They didn't go out that night with a boat. Hence why they so-called say, allegedly, everything that I'm saying on this video is allegedly. Nothing is factual. All of this is for educational purposes only. Let me say that real quick. Now, listen. When a person is unalived and they're placed in water, their body has to take on that water. That then makes the body consume the water, or the water come into the body and make the body weighted. It goes down. After a certain time, the body is going to make the water is going to make the body like a flotation device. It starts to even out. Like the water weighted in the body and the water in the water itself. So it makes the body a flotation device. That's why you see bodies floating in the water when they drown or they're in the water, whether they have been unalive before or they drown. This is how it happens, but it takes time for that to happen. That's why I thought they went out there that night, but they didn't. So him being placed out there could have definitely happened, right? His body never left the island. Never left the island. And he was placed in that water or over where they found him. Because they said, if I'm not mistaken, they said his body floated, he was on the shore. I want y'all to hear that. I want y'all to hear that.
So happened that his coach saw all the stuff on Facebook the next morning and contacted me at like 5 in the morning, asked me, did we want to go out? And I told him yes. So within an hour, he was at the dock. We met him.
On another point, if his daddy knew somebody with a boat, you hear me? He didn't know nobody with no boat. How Nolan know all these people, but his daddy ain't friends with him? That lets you know something about that city too, and where they was living, in that area. His daddy ain't friends with them type of people that got boats and all that right there, but your son is though, connected to them. And he was actually on break, the son. He was due to go back to college on Monday.
We went out, we docked the boat, got out the boat, walked on the island, walked a pretty nice stretch, came back, got back on the boat, went around the island, looked, came back around, and where we went to, that's where apparently they say that his body floated up. I don't know a lot about water currents or there, but I would think that we would have saw his body. And on the trip there was a family that stayed like on the island, like actually tented out on the island. So if he was left, he would have saw that family on the island, and it was 2 of the boats docked, so he would have had help.
Yes, he would have had help. Had there been help, there was no help for him because those people knew those boys. Those boys told those people what happened and what they did, and those people jumped to action to help. Period.
So I don't know. I think we stayed there for like an hour and a half. That's when Jackson County and the sheriff department showed up, and they were gonna do their rounds. And I had a classmate of mine, him and his 2 boys, they came out and they searched, and then they got back in touch with me and said the Coast Guard had finally showed up in airplanes. So
what is so critical, what Elmore is saying is they went out on Sunday, and the tide, if it brought his body up, he went missing on July 4th, as they say. His body should have been there on July 5th.
Yeah.
Why would it not appear to July 6th? And that's one of those things that's just not adding up. And the fact that if he stayed behind on the island, there were boats there. There were people.
He ain't had no help.
Somebody had to see something.
No, they
not
helped.
adding up. And that's what they're saying. It's just not adding up.
They helped.
yes.
And if he was there 2 days, somebody on the island would be able to verify that. 2 days and nobody's come